The woman could barely breathe as the sounds of her husband dismembering a body echoed from the living room. After packing up the remains, Shambhu boarded a pre-dawn bus and headed to the outskirts to dump the body. The next day, he siphoned some gas from a parked motorcycle and set the corpse ablaze. The bones that wouldn't burn. He collected them, carried them to a flour mill, and while the owner stepped out, he quietly fed them into the grinder. Every trace was gone, but it wasn't over. 3 days later, the police came knocking. Shambhu calmly insisted he knew nothing, but his wife's anxious demeanor made the officers suspicious. Once they left, she broke down.
बहुत बड़ा पाप हो गया जी, बहुत बड़ा पाप हो गया.
Not knowing the full story, the emotional gap between them widened. After much thought, Shambhu decided to confess. The chief wasn't there, so he told everything to the officer on duty. But the officer refused to believe that such a mild-mannered man could commit such a brutal act, and kicked him out. Back home, Shambhu chose to tell his wife everything. He repeated the words that man had said that night.
आंटी तो आरती करने के लिए मंदिर जाती है ना. 1-1.5 घंटे घर खाली रहेगा. बस एक काम कर दो तुम. नैना को भेज दो थोड़ी देर के लिए. नहीं, घबराओ मत. उसको कोई तकलीफ नहीं पहुंचेगा.
छी, कैसी बातें कर रहे हैं आप?
आया ना गुस्सा? मुझे भी आया था. आप भी मार देती उसको.
Only then did she understand the burden he'd been carrying. Meanwhile, when the police chief heard that Shambhu had come in, he immediately realized the man had been telling the truth. But by the time they summoned him again the next day, Shambhu had already changed his story, denying the whole thing. With no solid evidence, the police chief had no grounds to arrest him. But it wasn't long before Shambhu found himself being hounded by debt collectors again. That's when he realized the man he killed was just a low-level thug working for a crime syndicate. The mob boss made it clear every rupee still had to be paid, or the house would be taken as collateral. Just like that, Shambhu was right back in a debt spiral. Desperate and out of options, he finally reached out to his son in America for help.